I don't wanna be just a frame for your memory. And I don't wanna be found to blame for your misery. And I don't wanna be just a frame for your memory. And I don't wanna be just a frame for your memory. And I don't wanna be found to blame for your Most of what you leave will follow you behind. And don't be surprised if what you're hiding inside erupts from your bloodshot eyes. You want to escape, you want to get away, but I'm never alone, pretending that you'll stay.
Hello everybody, and I don't know what to start the stream with. How's everybody doing? I've sent the thing out. I should probably send it elsewhere. It's in the Instagram, it's in everywhere, pretty much. So welcome in, y'all. Hopefully my mic is loud enough. I literally can't make it louder, so hopefully this is good. I can't change it. So I'm gonna actually transition this, and we are back to RLBA, but this time it's got a little bit more than scrims. There's a little bit more on the line, at least for starting jobs. Regarding starting jobs, there's a little bit more on the line. Some people obviously make the cut. They are clear cut to make the program, and there are some people who need to fight for starting jobs and just get playing time in general. So I think this is going to be very crucial. These like 3 games at most that we play between these two teams. Just getting all those starters out, like getting them some play time, getting some bench players, some expected bench players, some starting time as well, just to like get a feel on where they're going to be in the lineup, how the managers can use them. I don't know why my mic is like this. I'm going to actually go in my settings and turn it up real quick, and then we will get to the games as they are getting ready to get on the pitch already. I mean, we were supposed to start a little bit ago. Let me turn up my gain a little bit. Gonna have to do that for this stream because I don't feel like doing a whole lot of work today. I don't. I lied. What am I talking? I'm just trying some way to talk. I don't have to talk 24/7, 365 every single time I'm streaming. I realized that today. I was watching some of my old streams, reviewing some of them, and I was like, dang, I talk way too much and have nothing good to say. So I've started to try and talk less and get more out of what I'm saying. Hopefully y'all find a little bit of value in that. Getting ready here at the Aqua Dome in Baltimore, Maryland. Actually put this up. There you go. We are starting soon. Actually make that. Okay. I don't know how to do that, but we're about to be off from Baltimore, Maryland. Hopefully y'all enjoy your time with us. But I am Tetro, and this is the RLBA. Let's cut to the dang chase. I'm not even on my... Hold on. What is going on? Why is my mouse not here? Yep. We are here immediately off the crossbar. Here's Red Bot coming in, and King will save that. I mean, they don't call him the King for nothing. I guess they do call it for nothing because Hamburger Cheese Salad just scored immediately off the pressure. They're just kind of, they have 2 men on the ball, St. Peter likes to stay back, and they just get the easy goal there from the pressure. Not ready for that one. And the Sens are looking stronger than usual this year. I mean, they came as a defensive team. They still just as much are. They put a lot of pressure on the ball. Here comes King trying to moss it down. Can't. Now, here's a shot from Redbot, and Redbot scores. Just open net. You can't do that. I bet Redbot's telling him you can't park there. I mean, nobody parked there. How are you supposed to save it if you're not parked in the crease? I don't know what their logic is, but it's definitely something illogical here. I'm just saying stuff. We got King trying to get another shot. Really carrying the bag for him here. Here's a shot by Moulton, saved by St. Peter. They play the rotation very well. And it's not necessarily about the skill of the players. It's about how well they play the rotation, and they are doing a magnificent job, the Harrisburg Senators, of collecting rotation, just using it positively for positive plus minus. They're doing all three here on Moulton, and they will get it out. Delivery will save that. Hamburger cheese salad going to kick it in still. Moulton going to leave it in the corner. I don't know how fiery he's going to get. They're already in a 2-0 deficit on a home pitch against a team that was ranked, I'm pretty sure, last on the power rankings. Again, these are backups. I don't think they're backups for Henderson. There's a shot by King and lost him there. And that's why he is the #1 forward in this league right now. Just posterized him. There we go. You can't stop him. He's a big rig and he will take you down. And that is King. The king of the RLBA already. He's looking for his second title with Baltimore. Here's delivery, looking to deliver it to not into his own net. That's looking like it's going to happen. Redbot's keeping it in. Hamburger cheese salad likely going up for it. Here he comes, gets mossed by a King. That's what he does best. St. Peter will look to play the rotation shot by King off the crossbar. He's going to want to have that one back. In the corner, I mean, people will ask, if I don't tell them right now, what is Baltimore's game plan? Baltimore's game plan is 100% to maybe not get scored on like they just did by Hamburger cheese salad. They just kind of left it up. I don't know what they were doing. They were just dilly-dallying, and a little bit too much dilly-dallying. This is not Looney Tunes. You cannot get away with that crap, and it shows right there on the score sheet. 3-1 before you can even say potato. And I guess Potato League we're playing in, I guess, because King scored again off the kickoff. Comes in hot, hotter than ever, steaming hot, scorching more so than Moulton. And comes in and delivers that ball into the net. Now delivery saves that one. Pretty nifty there. Here's a shot from the neutral zones by St. Peter, and he scores. And that's a good shot and a half. Lovely. And here we go, 2-4. A lot of action here. Here's King back again. Now we're in the corner. Hamburger cheese salad and Redbot. And Baltimore will get it out. St. Peter just going to kick it into the neutral zone. Stolen by Moulton. Here's King. Trying to get it up. He doesn't have enough boost. Going to get stuffed by Redbot. This is not Thanksgiving. We are not stuffing. I mean, who likes stuffing in Thanksgiving anyways? I'm not a big fan of it. Y'all gotta let me know. I think hamburger cheese salad might be a little bit of a stuffing enjoyer himself. Don't worry, guys. He told me. They are not enjoying almost putting the ball in their own net, though. That is quite unfortunate. Luckily, it didn't. They'll have to save themselves the embarrassment of being on Instagram Reels. I'm gonna have to save myself the embarrassment of speaking ever again. Here's Redbot in the neutral zone for hamburger cheese salad and King. King doesn't get there in time, and hamburger cheese salad relishes in the defeat of King. 2-5, and they're just making it rain on him. I don't think you want to play very offensive, very defensively on a very offensively zoned time I can't speak today. I'm sorry. I practiced for maybe 30 minutes, and somehow I'm still messing up this much, I guess. This is why it's preseason, folks. Bro needs to practice, too. I gotta practice for my starting job, bro. They don't even pay me here. It's crazy the times we live in. They don't even pay me for commentating on the RLBA. Here's St. Peter. Just kicking it in, throwing it on net. King to get it out for Moulton, and Moulton's gonna charge into it. Goodness, what was that? That was a crazy pass. Hammer Chisao looking for the steal. Can't get it. He is not that one LeBron clip. I guess maybe he is on his pass to Redbot. That wasn't even him. That was St. Peter. I mean, St. Peter wouldn't want to take any of the points for that one. He just gave it to Hamburger Cheese Salad there. Beautiful assist. And it's 2-6. This is not very competitive. For what looks to be a very competitive game, it just hasn't turned out to be. It is preseason, so they're having Moulton out there, who usually isn't the starter. He's making a name for himself with a goal there. He just kind of tapped it in. I mean, Hamburger Cheese Salad wasn't there. He missed the kickoff. He just kind of was too happy to get there, too jolty. And it shows right there. And that's going to be a goal. Just rolling with nobody on it. 1 minute remaining in this contest, which hasn't been much of a contest here. In the neutral zone, here's King. King gets stuffed up by by Harrisburg. They keep making that mistake. Not a very costly one, but I swear somebody else made that. I don't know, King's trying to get up for an air dribble maybe, and it doesn't work out. All three members of Harrisburg are in the air, including Baltimore, who just shoved their own team away. Here's Harrisburg, and what a shot by Hamburger Cheese Salad! Goodness gracious! Just no angle there. He's like, hold on. And 62 miles per hour just came in. That was the most horizontal shot I've seen in my life. I don't know what angle that was. I couldn't really see it. I wasn't in director mode. And he just deposited that into the net. Just cashed that in. Here's Hamburger Cheese Salad. Not a very hefty contract from him. Here's the double tap maybe. And that just goes off post. They're not playing much defense on the Baltimore end. They're just kind of playing the play. And Hamburger Cheese Salad is relishing in this defeat of Baltimore. I don't know what it is. Maybe he was just really hating Baltimore season 1. He wants to get them just penetrated emotionally before the season even starts. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's preseason. They're playing for just whatever. They're playing for starting jobs here. But it's not looking good for Baltimore in game 1. Ball is in the air for the final seconds of what will be a Harrisburg victory. I don't know why it's called test. I don't know why it's called that. That is a victory and a half for Harrisburg. And that is game 1 in the books. They're getting ready to set up game 2. And we are just as ready here. Let's look at the rosters here. They're fixing to change now that match has unfolded, completely unfurled even. We have King delivering Moulton for Baltimore, and Redbot HCS, and St. Peter for Harrisburg. Very strong built team. Even if you saw the draft, they didn't pick high. They picked for who can build the best team. And Axbot is shockingly not in a starting position. And due to training camp, I don't think he will be. But we'll see when it comes to the official season. It's just a regular season right now, so this is just the preseason right now, so you never really know. When it comes regular season time, we will see those starting rosters. I think they might just bring whoever out. I'm not the team whisperer here. But I think that was a very strong performance from Harrisburg. They were just playing. They were playing amazingly. And they deserved that win with every fiber of their being. I think Baltimore needs to tighten up defensively, even though they have a more defensive player than Moulton on the pitch. It's just not seeming to work out. I don't know what they can do about that. They have to play more rotationally. They always have to have somebody back. They did that with delivery pretty well. They play with Airbud pretty well. That's why he's having the starting job. I don't think he'll be on the pitch much longer for that exact reason. And I'm getting the notice that Henderson is making some changes. To who, I don't know yet, but Henderson is making some dang changes. Let's look at those rosters one more time so y'all can get a good visualization. I think for Harrisburg, they're probably going to bring out Axbot just to play him, just to see one more time what's the team comp looking like. What's that gonna feel like for this team? They're gonna sub in Mako. I know that because they're subbing in 2. I'm getting the notice, so it's probably going to be Axbot and Mako because there's nobody else on the bench. And this is looking like a solid change. Hopefully, y'all can't hear my mouse clicks. They're probably kind of annoying. And Baltimore is also going to sub in 2. They're going to put Delivery and Moulton on the bench, and they're going to pick up Airbud and Penguin Bot. That's the wrong scene I just picked up, dude. I need to get more personality in these names so I know what I'm doing when I'm clicking them. All right, the second match is about to be upon us, and hopefully I'm just as ready as y'all are. I need to get some music or something to make us a little bit more amped up because right now my voice kind of hurts, which is not a good sign when you're commentating for 45 games plus. You maybe do not want to do that. You do not want to have your voice hurting in the slightest. But hopefully that heals in the coming days, and I can just commentate as best as I can. And we are getting set for another match here. Game number 2. We're going to be off here shortly. And here we go, game number 2. And some substitutions have been made. Here's Mako coming down and immediately scores. I didn't get an angle on that, but I assume it was just as good as how we saw it in the cockpit because I don't know, he can't see. He's actually blind. I checked in with him. Just a bar down top corner snipe, maybe not bar down. Doesn't get as many likes on Instagram, but he's going to get just as much clout on the field. Well, maybe not because he just got scored on by Airbud. But a kickoff goal immediately upon that goal, and it's 1-1 before you can count to 5. Fun fact, I can't count that high. I actually failed kindergarten. Here's Axbot shooting an open Baltimore net. This is going to be a little bit more strange than what we're used to here, because there's a lot of backups on the pitch, as y'all can see. Here's Penguin Bot leaving it up. I don't know what that dude was doing in the net. Here's Axbot coming in now. King's going to stop it. Axbot's going to get up. And he's actually going to read that perfectly. We need some Harrisburg guys on the offensive end. Here's Mako. Now Axbot shot and posted in. Axbot. A good goal there. About as clean as you're going to get. And just post it in. Maybe not clean, but that's kind of how you want it. Post it in. No chance of saving that if you're anywhere near the net, which they kind of weren't, I'm going to be completely honest. And it's a 2-1 Harrisburg lead. Here's hamburger cheese salad. Only guy remaining on the on the lineup for Harrisburg as the substitutions were made. Here's Axbot now coming in. Coming in high. Here's him dribbling in and scores with nobody to defend him. 3-1 Harrisburg. And he just dribbles down. Nobody wants to come and get him. His aura is too powerful. That was really corny. I'm sorry for whoever's ears I just destroyed by saying that. I sincerely apologize. And we are 3-1 with 3 minutes and 46 seconds left to play. Here's King leaving it up for absolutely nobody but himself. No Mako. To hamburger cheese salad. Airbud. He's going to try and get it out. Stuffed by Harrisburg. They're really dominating the Baysox here. Is Mako just benching it down? Now King takes a shot and can't get it. Axbot's going to pick it right up. How much will he do with it? Absolutely nothing. You know, I think Airbud's a strong contender, getting picked second overall. There's a lot of hype. He didn't get picked as high at all this year. He's really stepped up his game. I think, like, with this team, I don't think he's a bench player. He's got the starting job already. He needed to take a break for the preseason, did not want to get injured. And he's just taking that time off. He's got a game in here. Whether this will be the last game or not, I don't know. Hamburger cheese salad probably just put the dagger in it. It's 4-1. But I think he's got a good shot of being a sneaky good player this season. And wow, that was a kickoff and a half. Hamburger cheese salad takes a shot, and that will be off the post, I'm pretty sure. Bro, what are we doing? Here's Mako in the corner now. Hamburger cheese salad to leave it up for Mako. Gets stolen by Penguin Bot, and he scores. Maybe a breath of life has been spoken into these Baysox as they just got one there. Hamburger cheese salad flips it up like he's flipping patties. Forgets this is not the chain food restaurant that he works at, and he's going to get yelled at by the chef. By that, I mean his coach. He's probably getting benched next game, if there even is a next game for that exact reason. Here's a shot by Airbud, and he scores off the kickoff again. They got to get that fixed. Now, I don't think the bench player, Hamburger cheese salad, was supposed to be the goalie. He tried to get some boost, and that just didn't work. Mako took a second to realize what was going on. Had a bit of a brain fart. Bro's already malfunctioning. First preseason game. Shot by Hamburger cheese salad, and he gets one back right away. Kickoff goals galore, and there's not even much thought behind it. Just hamburger cheese salad, just kind of torching him. Axbot's deadly when you give him the space. He's the only one who knows how to flick it and not go top bar, and he's pretty elite at that. But outside of that, I don't know what he can do. He's reading them pretty well. Only thing I can really say, he doesn't know how to get in the air too much. Mako's good at getting in the air. He doesn't have a ground game in the slightest, though. Everybody's going to leave it up for nobody. King's going to get it out, though. There's a shot, just airball in that, and Axbot will get the save. Rebound opportunity, though. All three Harrisburg players miss. Axbot's going to get the save. Maybe just a bit of flash in what we could see him on the roster, how that's going to look like. Champion defense. I don't know how much defense they want them to do. It's 3-5. They got to get some offense now. Maybe they're cheering for Harrisburg. Tough crowd at Baltimore. Coming down. Here's the drop down, and King will get a shot and save by Axbot once again. Tyrannical play, and Airbud is making this a contest. Hat trick Airbud, and King has been silent. Airbud has taken the mantle and into the sky as a aerial masterclass performance ensues. Maybe another kickoff goal here. I mean, they're playing triangles. It's not looking like it. With Axbot, he's going to make it 4-6. 6-4 for Harrisburg. Tacks on their lead with a minute left to play. I think at this point in the season, you know a bit of what every player can do. By that I mean miss kickoffs and then score on the ball that nobody picked up. But you have a decent lot at like knowing what everyone wants to do, what everyone can do, what everyone can pull off with their mechanics, where everyone's skill ceilings and potential are. You know a lot about these players. So what can you do with that? And that's going to come down to the managers. Will they want to be dull? Will they want to be dumb? Everybody's going to get another goal. Welcome to preseason RLBA, where stuff like that just routinely happens and you just have to deal with it. I mean, this is like Platinum RLCS, somebody said. I think somebody said that like maybe 30 months ago. Not really. I'm bad at counting. Remember, I failed kindergarten. Important context clues here. But yeah, you have a decent radar as to what's going on, who is going to start where. It just depends on like how you want people to start. Here's Mako with the ball in midfield. Here's Axbot. Now King. In the defensive zone, here's Airbud still making this the contest. It's 6-7. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get all of the Instagram Reels clips now for saying 6-7, and just what a shot. Axbot just floated upwards. He was going with Juice WRLD, and he just couldn't make it the cut. There's another open net goal. They just don't care. They don't want to be here anymore. There's a hamburger cheese salad. He has got 4 goals on the night. Axbot's got 3 goals and a ton of saves, which hamburger cheese salad has none of. And this game might be wraps if Airbud doesn't do something about it, because King is not doing anything. Speaking of, here's King. And Airbud again, what a shot by hamburger cheese salad. Tried to defend that. Here's Mako. Just floating towards it. King's going to get another pinch. He's really good at that. Mako almost scores on his own net. Hamburger cheese salad does the same thing. They're trying to keep this game long. And here's a shot scored by King. And they got a couple seconds to work some magic or it's over. 3 seconds left. King mosses Mako. Mako's on the downwind. And King's just rising up. He's going to continue to do that all season, I assume, when the preseason ends, because this is not looking pretty for them here. They got 1 second left, and this is going to be a Harrisburg Senators victory in 2 games. Very fast there. I mean, they dominated the pace of play. They really just manhandled this game, and that's going to be wraps for this preseason game, for this preseason match. Very good performance from both teams. Well, maybe not Baltimore. But second game, they really got it together, even though they were all playing bench players. I am still very hopeful for Baltimore. People ask me, do I favor Baltimore? No, I don't favor any of the teams. I just want all the teams to do well. Like, that's all I care about. Next game is Thursday. There was no hype around this. I wanted to do this, get all of the teams, all of y'all, caught up with what our teams are doing, how each player plays, so y'all can have a bit of transparency on that. I wanted just the teams get one final rating against real teams instead of just scrimmages with like each of them in Beckwith Park. Just for that to be a reality, and of course to say I did a preseason on the RLBA. A little bit of bragging rights. But that is all she wrote for this game. Harrisburg takes it 2-0, 2-0, and I will see you on Thursday. I have been Tetro, and this has been the RLBA.